Last week, a woman told me she wasn't an emotional person. But when her boyfriend took 5 hours to reply to a simple, "Hey, how's your day?" she refreshed her phone so many times she nearly broke the screen. She laughed it off and said, "I don't know why I'm like this, but I do." Because that moment, the spiral, the overthinking, the tightness in the chest had nothing to do with the text message, and everything to do with her attachment system waking up like, "Emergency, emergency. Something feels familiar here." And that's the funny thing about attachment. It shows up disguised as normal life. But it's actually the story of your childhood playing out in real time. Today, let's talk about that story, the one your nervous system remembers even when you don't. Let's start with a simple truth. Human beings come pre-installed with attachment software. We are literally born looking for someone to bond with. If we didn't attach as babies, we wouldn't survive. But here's the plot twist. That same attachment system follows us into adulthood, into friendships, dating, marriage, workplaces, and even group chats. Yes, even how annoyed you get when someone leaves you unseen has roots in attachment theory. So today, we're going to explore 1. What attachment is. 2. How attachment forms. 3. The 4 attachment styles. 4. How attachment affects everyday behavior. 5. How to detach in a healthy way. 6. And how to build secure attachment as an adult. All in simple English, with a little humor and a few gentle reality checks. All right, let's dive in. Attachment is the emotional bond we form with the people we depend on. At its core, attachment answers 2 questions. 1. Am I safe? 2. Can I rely on you? Babies ask this with crying. Adults ask this with, "Did you get my text? Are you mad at me? Why did you take 5 hours to respond when I know you always have your phone?" Attachment shapes how you show love, how you handle conflict, how you experience rejection, and even how you argue. Psychologist John Bowlby, the father of attachment theory, once said, "All of us, from cradle to the grave, are happiest when life is organized as a series of excursions from a secure base." We want freedom, but we also want safety. Attachment is the dance between the two. AKA, yes, most roads lead back to childhood, but don't panic. Attachment begins in early childhood in the home, with the people responsible for feeding you, protecting you, and comforting you. If your caregivers were consistent, you learned, people are reliable, I can relax, emotionally available. You learned, my feelings matter. Safe, you learned, I deserve love. But if caregivers were emotionally unpredictable, you learned, love is unstable, stay alert. Distant or dismissive, you learned, I should handle everything on my own. Overprotective, you learned, the world is scary, don't take risks. Inconsistent, you learned, sometimes I get love, sometimes I don't, so I better work hard for it. Remember, this isn't about blaming parents. It's about understanding the emotional blueprint you inherited so you can finally rewrite it. Here are the 4 main attachment styles. Let's meet the cast of characters inside your emotional world. The secure attachment type. They go like, I love you, but I also love my space. Securely attached people. Believe they deserve love. Trust easily. Communicate directly. Don't panic when someone needs space. Handle conflict with maturity. These are the people who say, hey, I need a little time alone, but I care about you. And nobody spirals. They're basically the emotionally stable unicorns of society. The anxious attachment type. They go like, do you still love me? How about now? Just checking. These are the overthinkers. They fear abandonment, worry constantly, read into tone, timing, emojis, or lack of emojis. Send texts like, are you sure you're okay? Did I do something? A quote for you if this is you. You can't lose what is meant for you. but you can exhaust yourself trying to prevent what was never for you. The avoidant attachment type. They go like, feelings. I don't know her. Avoidants value independence to the extreme. They pull away when things get too close. Struggle with vulnerability. Dislike being emotionally needed. Aren't actually cold. They're just terrified of depending on someone. Quote for avoidance. Independence is beautiful. Isolation is not. The disorganized attachment. They go like, come here, wait, no. Okay, stay. Oh no. A mix of anxious and avoidant. They want closeness but fear it. Are unpredictable. Often have trauma histories. Experience relationships as emotional turbulence. It's hard to feel safe when danger once wore the face of someone you trusted. How attachment shows up in adult life. You don't really have to ask someone what their attachment style is. Just watch and pay attention to how they text. The secure says, talk later. The anxious ask, why no emoji? The avoidant replies in 4 to 7 business days. But it also goes deeper. How you fight. The anxious scream, we need to talk right now. The avoidant will say, let's not talk ever. How you love. The secure ones, balanced. The anxious ones, cling. The avoidant ones, distance. The disorganized ones, chaos. How you choose partners. Anxious people often attract avoidance, which is exactly how Netflix writes half of its romance dramas. How to detach without becoming a robot. Detachment isn't coldness. It's clarity. It's saying, I care about you, but I'm not going to lose myself in the process of caring. Here's how. 1. Stop trying to control someone else's behavior. You can't force someone to reply, stay, or love you well. 2. Focus on actions, not promises. I love you means nothing if their behavior disappears at random. 3. Set emotional boundaries. Not walls, but just boundaries. I can care about you without sacrificing my peace. 4. Build self-worth outside relationships. Make friends. Look for hobbies. Find purpose. Your identity must be bigger than one person. 5. Stop chasing what drains you. If someone's absence brings peace, then by all means, you will not lose anything. 6. Practice emotional regulation. When your emotions relax, your logic returns. 7. Choose emotionally safe partners. If your attachment wounds get activated immediately, that's not chemistry. That's your trauma recognizing familiar patterns. How to become securely attached. Attachment styles are not permanent. They can be healed. Here's the roadmap. 1. Identify your triggers. Is it jealousy, overthinking, shutting down, or running away? Your reactions point to what needs healing. 2. Communicate your needs clearly. I feel anxious when communication drops suddenly. I need a little space to recharge. I care about you. Let's talk when we're calm. 3. Choose stable life partners. Avoid people who ghost, love bomb, gaslight, run from intimacy, only text after 10 p.m. You know the vibe. 4. Allow for gentle love. If you grew up in chaos, peace might feel boring. But boring is good. Boring is safe. Boring sleeps well at night. 5. Consider therapy. Wounds that were created in relationships most often heal through relationships. Let me leave you with this. You learned your attachment style through experiences. You can unlearn it through new experiences. You're not doomed by your past. You're not defined by your childhood. You're not trapped in old patterns. But you can. Love safely. Detach peacefully. Choose wisely. Build securely. And rewrite your emotional story. Attachment is not a cage. It is a map, and you can redraw the lines anytime you choose. If you relate to this information, please stay. Subscribe to the channel and also share the video with anyone you feel may benefit from it. See you in the next video. Bye for now.